Whether you want to make something easy with clay, maybe make decoration, or even a gift, this BB-8 sculpture is for you. To make BB-8, you're going to need aluminum foil, a cutting board to avoid scratching anything, polymer oven drying clay. You can use air drying clay, however it's going to make the process a lot longer. Paint brushes, acrylic paint, a butter knife, and if you have them, you can use clay tools. If you don't have clay tools, that's perfectly fine. I'm actually going to be demonstrating with a butter knife. First, you're going to roll foil into a ball. You're going to have to make sure that it's smooth and round, or else it could mess up the whole body of BB-8. The size of the ball is also going to decide how big your sculpture is going to be. So if you want it small, you're going to have to make the ball small, or if you want it larger, you have to make it larger. Next, you're going to cover your foil ball with the polymer clay. Make sure that it's even all around, it covers the whole thing. We're covering the foil ball in clay so that the clay dries all the way, so that the top isn't overbaked and the bottom is underbaked. It makes it really even. Just make sure that, once again, the ball is smooth with the clay. If you need to add more, and just roll it with your hands until it's smooth. The ball's not going to stay in one place without a stand, so we're going to make one. You're going to roll out a little ball of clay. It's not going to be as big as the foil, and we're going to flatten it. And just make sure that it's all the way flat, or else it's not going to work. You will need the butter knife for this next step. It's a little hard to explain. I would just look at the screen and try to copy what I'm trying to do. But we're basically gonna bring the clay from the sphere and connect it to the stand so that the clay doesn't fall off at any point, and it makes it a lot more stable. You're gonna repeat this action all the way around the sculpture until the whole thing is stuck to the stand. Once we have the body done, we're going to start with the head. We're going to make another sphere. Make sure it's smooth just like last time. We're also going to make sure that it's about half the size of the tinfoil sphere. We don't want it too big because it would make it unproportional, and we also don't want it too small. Once you get a good size, we're going to take that butter knife again and we're going to cut it in half. You'll have two halves, and you're basically just going to put it on the body, and you're going to eyeball which one looks better. I didn't like the first one, however I felt like the second one fit it best, and once I figure out which one I like more, I smooth it out and make it a final product. You'll take the other half and rip a piece off and basically make a neck piece for BB-8. It helps separate the body from the head and makes it look better. It has to be kind of small. The first time I made it too big. Just make sure it looks right to you. You'll have to repeat this step from earlier with the butter knife to make sure that the head doesn't fall off of the body, because it's the most likely part to fall off. You're going to smooth out the bottom as well as the top. Next, we're going to make the eyepiece and other parts of BB-8's face. You're going to have to roll out a coil, and then basically compare it to what you have and see what looks best. Then you'll put it on the face and push it in. You'll also need basically a headband. You're gonna wrap a thin coil around his head. You're also gonna add 2 antennas. One's gonna be bigger than the other. Then your BB-8's gonna be ready to bake. Now my instructions said to preheat the oven to 275, however, follow the set of instructions on your polymer bake clay. And if you are going to use the air drying clay, remember, do not put it in the oven. You're going to leave it to dry. Just follow the instructions on your clay. Once BB-8 has cooled down, you're ready to start painting. Remember to use acrylic paints. I used orange, gray, black, and white, but you might need other colors. I start off by painting the lens black. Just make sure that you cover everything, including the sides. You're also going to end up painting the button on his side of his face, as well as the 2 stripes on one of the antennas. My gray was a little too dark, so I added some white acrylic paint and mixed it to make a lighter gray. You can do this if any of your colors are too dark. His body's gonna need 4 gray circles. Make sure that they're pretty evenly spaced. I put 2 lower and 2 higher, and you'll need this as a base for the next step. You're gonna basically draw another circle around the gray circles you made earlier with the orange paint. And you're gonna do this for all 4 circles. And now you're finished painting BB-8. Remember, yours might not look like mine. I've made 2 BB-8s and they almost look completely different. Just remember to enjoy what you made and have fun with BB-8.